Hi, Gemini. This is Kaycee with your November reading. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to start by pulling some oracle cards, get our messages from Spirit for the month of November. See what kind of guidance we can get today. You're coming in with lead by example. And at the bottom of the deck, we have choose love over fear. This is talking about having some kind of big decision to make. There's an obstacle, there's a choice. So let's go ahead and pull some more cards. Okay, we're coming in with adversity. I accept the challenges. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. Growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. And freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. And remember, at the bottom of the deck here, we had choose love over fear. Bottom of this deck is honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Wow, there's a lot of energy going on right here, talking about making your changes, growing into the person that you're supposed to be, knowing what your purpose is, and having the freedom to make those changes. But with that, you're going to be feeling some pushback from some other people. So you need to speak your truth. You need to be very honest with the situation, honest with the people around you. And adversity, like this card says, is not always bad because it tests the kind of person we are. It tests our moral standards. And it always allows us a chance to grow and see things from someone else's perspective. You will lead by example. You will lead by your own moral compass. But as our moral compass becomes stronger and more defined, it also has a lot of room to grow and change and shift according to how you feel at that time and what you now believe is true versus what you thought was tried and true in the past. As we grow, we change the way we feel, we change the way we think, and we do sometimes bring on a more assertive attitude or a more softer stance, depending on what is going on around us and what our moral standards are. I see here that you're going through a big shift through the month of November, and a lot of things are coming to play right now. You're challenging yourself to see what standards are true to you now versus what was working for you in the past. And it's okay to grow, it's okay to change, it's okay to evolve into a more stable human, a more enlightened spirit, and really connect with source as you move through this, because a lot of this is spiritual, and that's where this is coming from. Not everything had to be changing in your human existence, but something triggers you to expand and learn more of something that you didn't completely understand, but you thought you did. And this is where your growth comes in, and this is where you find your purpose. And again, it allows you to be that free spirit under your free will to make the changes according to what your life is playing out to be now. So we're always weaving and bobbing with the situations that are coming up, and we're always learning something from it. And we need to put that into action, especially when it no longer resonates with us. Something that worked for us in the past is not really setting well with us. We're having a change of heart. We're having a change of mind and a change of thoughts about maybe yourself, people in your life, your job situation. But underlying all of that, you find your purpose, you find your voice, you find the reason why you're here. And that alone would give you the freedom to speak your truth and move on in a lot of different areas of your life. And it doesn't have to be an age thing, because I've found that most people who are going to make changes within their lives will do it towards later on. you know, because that's maybe where they have the freedom a little bit more, where you have children to take care of. So you stay in a very comfortable job that pays the bills, that, you know, is flexible with your time. And then when the children leave, you find that you want to change things up a bit. You want to explore things. You want to research more of things that interested you that you had to put on the back burner. And that's where the growth spurt comes later on in life as well. So we're never too old to learn things, and we're always reinventing ourselves. All right, Gemini, let's see what these oracles have to say. Wow, this one is saying be proud. It says it's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. This is beautiful. I love this. Bottom of the deck, we have support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some you learn from, and then some move on, while others return often because you need to know and learn from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So this is talking about saying goodbye to people, places, and things that you've outgrown, that you've learned the lesson with that person, and they no longer can help you grow on your spiritual path. They've done their job, and it's their job to go and help someone else. And it's okay to say goodbye to those people that you no longer are clicking with on your moral and or spiritual journey. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. We have a lot of changes coming up for you, Gemini, a lot of good changes, a lot of things that you've been working towards, interested in. Things are expanding. You're allowing your time to do the research that you really want to do, to learn things that you really want to learn about, whether it's spiritual or of the physical, you know, whatever talents that you had to put aside to take care of business, you're finding the time, or you're making the time to allow those into your life. We're coming up with the first tarot card, and I believe it's only one, yeah, and it's the Three of Swords, and this represents the heartache and the sadness and the betrayal that you have felt in your life. This is talking about, you know, some of the reasons why we may have had to have a strong moral standard, because we had to learn the hard way that some people are not true to their word. And during that time, you had to lead by example. You couldn't falter. You couldn't fall into the much needed nervous breakdown that this betrayal gave to you. You had to pull yourself up. You had to realize that you are the only person you can count on in that moment, and you needed to do what was right for you and right for your family. People were counting on you, so you couldn't give up. And you did it the hard way with the adversity card. Things were not easy for you. You learned from them, that's for sure. But those challenges were, they had a lot of sacrifice. Okay. Ooh, but with that sacrifice, the Emperor energy came in. Emperor talks about being in control of all the different universes. He's the emperor. He's on top. He tells the kings what to do. Okay, so he's very much in charge of his environment, his family, who comes and goes, what the rules are, how people are supposed to be treated. I mean, he's really on top of all the situations. And he's very stern, and he's very concise about what he thinks should happen. Let's see what our, oops, growth. Yes, look at that. Growth in the Seven of Pentacles. This is you looking back on all the growth that you've had. All those pentacles are situations that you've overcome, and you've manifested new beginnings out of it. You mastered the situation. So you completed all those cycles, you completed all those coins. So your growth comes from your past, it comes from your struggles, it comes from your accomplishments. And you have a lot to be happy about where you sit now, because without those situations, you wouldn't be who you are today. Okay, we get a bunch popping out for purpose. So let's go ahead and just shuffle for just one. There we go. Walking away with the Eight of Cups. Your purpose is pushing you to a new beginning. You're looking at the moon and at the stars and at the infinite ideas that you can fulfill, the goals that you can fulfill. You're not going to have anyone hold you back. Those cups are empty and they need new experiences. They need newness in your life right now. And your purpose is what's going to drive you to all these beautiful adventures. Love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, for freedom, we have the High Priest in reverse. Now, this can be a tricky situation here because the High Priest is representing society, it's representing a culture, it's representing who you were and how you were raised. And sometimes we have to break free of some of that in order for us to expand to the consciousness that we're striving for the abundance that we're striving for. It's tough to go against society in order for you to maintain that spiritual journey that you're looking for, or that human journey that you're looking for. So things that you thought you would do, or what other people expected you to do, you're actually kind of doing the opposite. You're standing in your individuality, you're standing in your truth, you're expressing how you feel to others around you, and you are in your power. I really love this, Gemini, standing in your power against what others think you should be doing. You're stepping out of the mold. You are actually looking outside of the box. Things that interest you are off, I don't want to say off kilter, but they're different from what everybody else is interested in. So you're okay with that because you're being pulled in a certain direction. Yes, and be proud. And we also have the Six of Pentacles. You are giving of your gifts. You don't hold them tight. You're not stingy with your love. You're not stingy with your advice or your time or your money. You're giving to everyone that is asking of you. And you're coming from a place of wisdom. You're coming from a place of knowledge. You've been there, done that, and you have the t-shirt. There's no doubt about it. You know, you start with the Three of Pentacles, which is your heartbreak. You go through all the feels, you go up against society and be like, no, I'm going to take my life in my own hands and do what makes me happy and live my best life. But in the same time, you're also so very giving and understanding. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. This talks about not knowing which way to go, you know, hanging in suspension of trying to make a decision, afraid to make that decision and not doing anything at all. This is the energy that you no longer have. You are definitely not in the Hangman energy. You know what you want. You know where you want to go. You feel it in your bones. You feel the excitement. You feel the draw. You feel the passion. You feel where you need to be. But at the same time, you're bringing all that wisdom, you're bringing all that knowledge, you're giving to other people, you're spreading the love, you're spreading the joy, you're spreading the understanding. You are just on fire for the month of November. All kinds of beautiful things are happening. I love that freedom card. I really do, because you're free to express yourself however you choose. You're no longer worried about what other people's judgments are. And I love that saying where what other people think of you is none of your business, which means that's on them. You worry about you. Don't worry about what they think about you or how they may judge you good or judge you bad. Makes no difference. It's none of your business. You keep doing you, boo, and you do the best you that you can do. Say that 5 times fast. And you go out there and you make yourself happy. You live your true life. You live your bliss. This freedom card is just making me like so happy. You know, it's like the transformation of the butterfly, and then the butterfly just gets to fly away to wherever they want to be, whatever they're attracted to, whatever they're drawn to, transforming. Oh, and look at this. We have movement. And that is like the Chariot card in other decks. Movement forward. It's quick movement, being in charge of the movement, allowing that movement to take you to the next place, and being very excited. So this is a very good card to have. And we have bottom of the deck, and we have understanding. This is spiritual understanding. This is you knowing that the path you're on is right for you. Might not be right for everybody, and that's okay. You're going to go on this path because you're getting something beautiful out of it. You are allowing yourself that freedom to expand in all areas of your life, physically, financially, emotionally, in your stable household, and spiritually. Okay, so it's hitting all the right areas, and it's allowing you to be proud, to stand tall, to speak your truth, and have that freedom to do so. We have one more oracle to pull for you. I love how this just flows so naturally into your power. From heartbreak to being gracious and helpful. We've been through it all, Gemini. Ooh, look at this. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. And at the bottom of the deck, we have rejuvenating rain. Clear the past and heal the present. Yes, absolutely. So as you go through the month, you're going to be seeing all these different shifts, all these different things opening up. You are expanding in your moral base, in your spiritual base, and in your security base. There's a lot of things that people would have expected you to do that you are so not doing, and you're doing completely opposite, and you're feeling good about it. You're making those changes, you're taking those risks, but it's like a guided risk. It is a risk divinely placed for you. The angels are leading you down this path. Now, remember, you know, when you're opening up to source and opening up to the angels, they only have positivity and love for you. Okay. And they will guide you over your hurdles and your obstacles, but they'll also be there while you celebrate your achievements. So keep that in mind as you go through the month. This is a beautiful process of going from one hurtful, painful energy and acknowledging that you've been there, and acknowledging all the lessons you've learned along the way to be who you are now, to be able to make those firm decisions for yourself. Lots of things are going to move quickly, so stay on point and stay in the present. Thank you, Gemini, for allowing me to read for you today. I hope the message helps. I would love to have you back, so please like and subscribe. Take care.